Alright guys, this is the next little segment in here. I'd already gone ahead and put the steel plate on, drilled the holes, had it bolted in. That worked flawlessly. And then today, I went through and did some welding. Got all the welding done for it, and it's coming time where I have to put the ass end back underneath it because it still is anally violated. So I'll be doing that, and I figured I'd show you guys what maybe 30 minutes of cutting and welding did. So we had our base, and then we have our boom going up. That damn thing's always going off. We got our boom going up. I put in basically just a couple little supports for the winch that's going to be mounted up here on the front of the plate. And on the back side, just for strength, I added a few more, and this thing is solid. There's nothing I don't think that it's going to be able to pick up. Now, my upright bars were 16 inches, and my lower bars ended up being 14. And then basically I just took and eyeballed, stuck a piece of flat rod up against the side of it to do the trussing on it. And it doesn't have to be pretty as long as it's functional. Now if this is something I was doing for somebody else, it would have been done a hell of a lot better, but since it's my own, it's function over fashion for me. So I've got some cleanup work to do with the wire brush on that and get it all ready for paint. Get that painted up, get this put back in. And like I said in the beginning, that I can either use the fifth wheel hitch when I want to, or since this is drilled directly for the same 4 bolt holes that the fifth wheel attaches to, I can swap straight out to the boom whenever I want to. Now I've still got to work on doing a winch because I'm going to have to get one that's I'm going to have to take the cable off of it, depending on how much pays out, because I know the one on my Rubicon has an insanely long cable to it, and as long as it's enough to go up the boom and down, a winch, as we all know, is most powerful when it's on its first wrap of the drum. After that, it starts losing power and it starts losing its load rating, just like a real winch does, because as you start spooling it up, it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. You're losing your torque and all the power, because there's more and more cable on the drum causing friction. So I'm going to try first with just the stock amount of wire on it with a hook and see how that does. And if that doesn't work right, I'm going to switch over to maybe something along the lines of 550 paracord, but in a much smaller version of it. Something that's not going to be elastic, and it's going to have the strength, because I know with 550 paracord I could tie that around my receiving hitch on my truck and pull another vehicle with it just lashed around a few times. So I'm going to start getting into reassembling the rear end, throwing the drive shaft back in, and then I'll show you guys the boom before I'm getting ready to paint it after it's been cleaned up. Okay guys, this is well, it was top secret because I haven't leaked any pictures out of it, and it came together a lot faster than I thought it was going to, but it works so much better now. What you can see is the front. Oh, what is that? Is that a winch? I think that's a winch. And I think it's wired up. And I think it's running up the boom too. And it might be controlled by that Futaba 4PL back there. I'm not sure, but it just might be. Now, as I had shown before, I was going to paint it like either black or red. I decided to go with a rust color because this truck isn't exactly a newer model. But as mentioned before, you can see those 4 screws there are the original holes for the fifth wheel hitch. So I can still remove remove all 4 screws and take this plate off and put the fifth wheel back on when needed. And using stock trail finder takeoffs for super singles in the rear. Got the RC 4-wheel drive heavy duty 1.7 commercials up front, heavy steer tires for it. And believe it or not, this one is still running off of a nickel metal hydrate, even though I do have the AE2 ESC in there. Thought about switching to a LiPo, but then I realized the only LiPo I have that's a 2-cell that would work right now, well, there's two of them. One's over there. It's a 10,000 milliamp, but it's got a Traxxas plug on it. And then I have an 8,000 milliamp, which I don't need that much in one of these trucks because they don't get run for super extended periods of time due to the motor heating up pretty good up front. So maybe if I could find another 5,000 2-cell, take one out of another truck and throw the 8,000 in it, maybe then I'll throw a 5,000 into this one. But as of right now, it's staying the way it is because I go by the model, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Especially when it comes to this, because these are way more expensive to start upgrading. But needless to say, it's done, and I'm going to try and get down in the woods before it gets too dark to give you guys a little quick running video of it. Just a couple shots of it in action. Nothing fancy, because I do have to finish the logging series. So, that being said, I'm going to throw this thing on the four-wheeler and try and get down in the woods before it's freezing cold.